Well, well, well. You lucky, lucky boy. Good job.
What, in life in general,
no,
or just because of this week I've had
just
off?
for this week you've had off, you know.
What a week I've had off.
Hey.
What a week.
Hey, bit of premature congratulations, isn't it? And celebrations and all sorts, but yeah.
For being 40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life begins at 40.
How is it at 40?
I wouldn't know, Dan.
What is it like over the other side of the hill?
I've got 7 years to go yet, thank you very much.
Is that what you're saying, is it? You're hanging on for dear life, are you? What are you hanging on for?
Not sure.
Just let it go.
Can't, can I?
Let it go, let it go. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday morning show. Good morning, Lester.
Good morning, Dan. Nice to have you back.
Thank you. It's. I want to say it's lovely to be back, but I did have a very good time in Scotland.
I've seen your Instagram posts. So
have
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
I did promise everybody that I would do some stories of what we've been up to.
And you did.
And that's exactly what we did.
You're like the postman of the YouTube, aren't you? Always deliver.
Always delivering as best we can. To be fair, this week has been okay on the channel. We got ahead, so we managed to get the releases out there, but then I did miss out on, I think, Thursday. Didn't quite get that one done in time.
No,
so.
I mean, it just shows that the decision to go full time is more or less justified, isn't it? We need to, because things that happen that you can't necessarily plan for, you know, Jordan being ill and not being able to edit. He's better now though, he's back playing golf. And
back playing golf already, yeah.
Back editing,
yeah.
And you obviously had booked your holiday away and then I'm in the shop, so we couldn't get, there's been no filming whatsoever this week.
No, and I was panicking because I thought, Jordan's got it.
Yeah.
I was concerned that
I had my test again. I keep missing it, didn't I? So.
And then I was concerned that I was going to get it as well. So it was like, oh, panic. One thing that I forgot to mention last week is Craig Passmore.
Yes.
Forgot to mention it.
Shocking.
So Craig Passmore played with us in a course vlog. Did a what's in the bag with him when we went down to Yelverton.
Yeah.
We played at Yelverton with Craigie, and Craigie since then has gone off to America. He's been doing a degree out in the States and at Grand Canyon University. You know that one?
Yeah.
So he's been out there, and then he's come back to the UK for the summer break, and he's been playing he's played in the English Amateur Championships, which is at Moortown, Headingley and Moortown.
That was qualifying, wasn't it?
He did qualifying at Headingley and Moortown, and then went through to the match play, which was held at Moortown.
Yeah.
And I mean, Moortown, it was perfect timing because obviously we went and played both of those courses.
Very lucky, wasn't he?
Loved it. Well, Craigie loved it as well, didn't he? Yeah,
he got to the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, he free putted the 18th hole when he was 1 up and lost an extra hole, so he was close to a semi-final appearance. But he did knock out, I think, 2 or 3 England internationals. Did a great interview as well. He's a great lad. That brings me on to Torbay Cup on the Sunday in the singles. He shot a 67 in the wind.
How many under?
There was a couple under, which although he's off, although he's off plus sort of +3, +4, it doesn't necessarily sound a great score, but when you consider it's the best golfers in South Devon, so our region, and he won the stroke play, I think, by 4 or 5 shots. So he's 4 or 5 shots better than everybody else. You had plus golfers playing in that as well. So he's hit a bit of form.
I mean, well, you know, you take him back to now Moortown, and Moortown's long. Off the back tees, Moortown is a long golf course, and I think, you know, if you can drive the ball well around Moortown, and hit it long like Craig does, I think you're just going to dominate. And I think that's what I would say. That's probably what he did.
I think from what I saw in the interviews, I was going to say what I saw from the interviews and what people said about him. He was, everybody was in awe of his distance off the tee, which is, he's not only long, but he's straight as well. He doesn't spray all over the place.
I've enough with him to see it.
But he's ridiculously long.
So first day he came back from the States.
Yeah.
He had this new driver or whatever he had.
Yeah.
And it had this like super extra stiff shaft in it. I picked it up, it was so heavy.
Yeah.
And he came into the studio and he carried the ball. First swing, he has not even warmed up. No. I mean, I know he's only young, but no warm up. 347 yards in the air, carry.
Well,
what?
The 10th hole at Teignmouth is a long par 4. Sometimes it's a par 5, and it was a par 5, say 10 years ago. I think it's about 470, 480, and the wind was right across and into. And I hit a reasonable drive on the hole, and I've got like 180 in, but most people weren't getting up in 2, like I was hitting 4-iron in.
Yeah.
He had 110 yards into it.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
I think we need to get him on a course log before he goes back.
If we can, we'll try and catch up with him before he heads back to the States. And then, unfortunately, Wilbur's had the COVID as well. So, I mean, just when you think, he's finding some good game with his play, playing in the Euro Pro. He's had to pull out of this week's Euro Pro event because he didn't
feel good in the last round, did he? Which sort of affected him a little bit.
So, I mean, I'm sure that's part of it. That was part of the start of it. But he was testing and he was coming in negative. It was only when he went for the NHS test that he came in positive. So
there's a lot of it around at the moment in our area, particularly.
Such a shame. So he's unfortunately missed an event. I have spoken to him on the phone and he's feeling much better. He's tested negative now, so he should be back, just coming out of isolation. He has to do 10 days from the day he's positive, so he will be back, and hopefully we'll get out on the golf course with him as well soon. Because
so just everyone be a bit careful out there because it's still around. And
yes, it is, man. Yeah, yes, it is. So going back to my week away.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. Before we go to my week away, what's your week been like here?
Long.
Has it?
Yeah. So it's
no Jordan.
No Jordan.
No Wilbur.
No Wilbur.
You and James.
Vicky booked a holiday as well.
She was on holiday.
So I've basically done. I've done 5 straight days, which doesn't sound much, but it's 12-hour days.
Yeah, it's full on.
And it's non-stop. But yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good. We've shifted quite a lot of stock.
Yeah. I see that. A few bags gone.
Yeah, I've put a few bags, a few shirts, and that, which is good.
Well
It's been okay. It's been good. Yeah, met a few visitors, a few people have come down, people that watch the channel.
Lovely.
So I took a few pictures with people, and
are you charging for those?
No, it's free at the moment. Yeah. So I've seen a few people, which is good. So yeah, it's been a good week really. But I have missed you, obviously.
You obviously been watching my Instagram stories.
I have. Yeah, I've been in envy.
In envy.
I was green all week, not because I was ill.
So we took our first stop was at Royal Liverpool Golf Club, which I've played a few times, and I love Hoylake. I think it's an absolute, but it's just a beautiful golf course, and I've only ever played it previously in really bad conditions. Like it's always been wet, it's always been a bit windy, and you don't get a real sort of idea of the definition of the golf course. It's something when you're huddling under an umbrella and things like that. So
were you far from Wallasey and West
on the Wirral?
Oh, literally, okay.
So Wallasey and obviously Hoylake are on the Wirral.
So we've got that coming up soon on the channel.
Yes, Wallasey next week.
Oh, some great course on that coast, isn't there?
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. So, and it was fantastic to obviously get Laura out playing.
Yeah, that's good.
So, brilliant that Laura got her clubs out. She was a little ropey on the first day, but you could see her just getting better and better.
They'll see her on the channel soon as well when we get the Pro-Am done as well.
Yes, we've got to get that done as well. But Hoylake was fantastic. Then we worked our way up to St Andrews.
Yeah.
And one golf course that I don't know, I have no idea why.
No.
But one golf course that I've always wanted to play is Kings Barnes.
Yeah. They play the Dunhill round
it?
They do,
yeah.
I feel so.
Yeah. And it was everything I wanted it to be, and it was just awesome. There was hardly anybody there because their main clientele is Americans.
Yeah.
The chap that owns it is an American. And unfortunately, there's not been any Americans coming over because of all the problems that we've had. So it was dead. It was so quiet, and it was just phenomenal. Great golf course. A modern style links course.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be
How old
traditional.
Is it?
It's only 20 plus years, I think, something like that.
Oh, right.
But it was absolutely stunning, like properly stunning. So we started off there. And then day 3 was then on the old course.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah.
I was so nervous.
I can imagine.
So nervous.
So what? Is there a starter there and stuff? Do you get introduced or anything like that? Or?
No. There was we had the caddies each.
Yeah, you have to have a caddy, don't you?
No, you don't have to have a caddy. But the chap that took us up there, Alistair, who's a really good friend of mine. He is a member at the RNA, so he was the one that got us on and was able to get us through. But because he wanted to focus on his golf as well, he didn't want to have to just keep telling us where to go.
Yeah.
Because you got to keep up with the pace of play, and you are literally hitting at things, and you think, what am I hitting at?
Yeah.
What am I hitting at?
Yeah.
So we all
a lot of blind
had a
shots.
caddy. Lots of blind, lots of tee shots hitting into nothing really.
Yeah.
So we had a caddy each. I got to say, my caddy was so good. So good. He'd been caddying there for about 8 years, and then he just literally plotted me my way around the golf course.
I think the skill on a caddy like that is after a couple of holes, you know more or less how far you hit it, and what club you should hit, and whether you've got the ability to hit it on different lines and stuff.
Phenomenal. Yeah. So he got me around that golf course without getting in one bunker.
Really? There's a lot of bunkers as well.
There is a lot.
Well, did you keep your score? Or?
I kept my score.
Go on then. What did you do?
So I was. So basically, we had no rain up until the back nine.
Yeah.
It was slightly downwind out the left on the way out.
Yeah.
And I was 2 under going out. And then, because
it's a traditional course, you go out and back.
You go out, you kind of do a small little loop around.
There's a few greens that are
and then
double greens.
All double greens.
Yeah.
There's only 4 single greens.
Yeah, it's amazing.
7 double greens. Yes, that's right. 7 double greens, and then you loop back, and then some single greens out there. So. And they are massive. That was massive.
That was what a lot of courses used to do, because Churston had double greens.
Yeah, that's right. The
6 and 11.
6 and 11, yeah.
Apparently a lot of courses used to do that.
But it was, I was 2 under going out.
Yeah.
Then it absolutely, I don't know if you saw from the thing, it howled.
Down,
It was into wind, into out. It was just felt like it was straight into on the way back. And I was back in, I bogeyed the last to finish 1 over.
It was alright, it was good.
So, to be fair, I didn't really care about the score. It was the weirdest.
Have you got your scorecard on that?
Yeah, I've kept my scores.
Because you need to get like one of these
and I got
frames
the
and put
flag,
your scores
got the flag done and everything. Got a flag from Kings Barnes as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
So that was nice. Shot 4 under at Kings Barnes.
Yeah.
So it was. So I was playing quite nicely.
Yeah.
But it was just the day went like that.
Yeah.
Went so fast because even though the weather was really bad coming to the end. And we were trying to drive over the corner of the hotel when it was hammering down.
I was worried you might not get over
it. I didn't care. I just did not care. But the day was just an amazing experience. Like one of which I was so nervous all day. Yeah. Like proper twitchy all day. Couldn't
I know
relax.
it was on your bucket list, so it's good that you've...
I feel like I've done them now. I've done my bucket list of courses that I wanted to get done. So
brilliant.
An amazing experience. Now we also then finally played the Castle course at St Andrews. World class. No, it's not very often I don't really say that I don't dislike a golf course. I normally like trying to pull the best things out of them.
Yeah, you have to be like, what's the word? Not tactical. You have to see that even if we go to a venue and it's not something we don't like about it, you can always find positives.
Yeah. There's always positives.
Yeah, I mean, there's always positives. So yeah, you just didn't like it. No.
The Castle course, tee to green, world class.
Yeah. Probably
one of the best golf courses I've ever played.
What's on the greens? Not good then. Quirky.
Greens are so undulating.
Yeah.
Like it was just unfair.
Yeah.
Like it was just, there was no, it actually would have been, if the greens were anything like a normal links golf course green.
Yeah.
It would be, I would say, in my top 3 or 4 golf courses anywhere in the world. It was so good.
Were they sort of out of place to the setting?
They were just so big. The undulations on them were massive. Like, I mean, it was comical. It was it was like putting on an adventure course.
Yeah. It
was just hilarious. Like, eventually you just get bored and you can't.
Wonder if anyone else has played it and what they think
I
of
got
it.
lots of comments on Insta about it. And I'd like to hear your comments on it down there, what you think if you've had a chance to play the Castle course. But really disappointed. Like, proper. I was really, I was like, I walked off there, I'm like, they've ruined an amazing golf course. That's my opinion. That's not for everybody. Some people have had a great day there, I'm sure, but it's beautiful. The setting, the whole environment was amazing. It was just like, I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why wreck it like that?
I didn't know, on your Instagram story, I didn't know if you were just messing around saying like, this is a bit of a joke.
Well, it was a joke.
But I thought you were just meaning that it was like really good condition, but I didn't get the fact that you didn't like it.
Yeah, it was, I was a bit disappointed, but there we go. Hey ho.
Yeah.
So this week on the channel, we are at Wallasey.
Yep, Alex Evans.
So we've got Alex Evans joining us in on the Wirral in Liverpool. So that will be fun. So again, we've broken it up.
Home of the Stableford.
Home of the Stableford.
And it is the home. Before anybody comments that it's not, it actually is.
You sure?
And you will hear that. Yeah, you will hear that. Well,
you hear the story on.
You will hear the story.
You stayed awake for that whole story.
I did, yeah.
Didn't you?
Because I wanted to know the exact. Because people were saying it wasn't the home of Stableford, but we actually found out it was. Yeah. So
one thing that we want to do more of, the Sunday show, which we've talked about, is Don't be afraid to send your questions in. We like questions. We would like to start reading out at least one question per Sunday show. So if you've got any questions, make sure you send them in. But this one's from Nick Platter. And it's from on Twitter. He said, Dan, a question for the Sunday morning show. Why when you land in a divot on the fairway, can you not move your ball to the nearest point? I've never understood getting punished for hitting your golf ball where you're aiming.
Yeah.
Lots of courses, players landing in the same spot in the same area.
Yeah.
You know, this is probably we're answering this. There's a lot of people obviously will know the reasons why you can't just move your ball.
It's rubber the green, isn't it? As such.
Because of it, but whether Nick's a new golfer, I don't know. But
it's a tricky one because, like, you could always say, when you hit the fairway and it bounces into a hedge, you get a massive bounce off the fairway. Is that fair?
Yeah.
It's so tricky, isn't it? I mean, I do think that you shouldn't be punished for hitting a good shot as such, but where does that actually end?
And it's the one, if there was ever a rule of golf to change, I feel like you've got a massive
No. What about when, like, I think, was it Garcia in the Masters, hit the flag, like landed, it was all over the pin, like it's literally going in, hit it from like 180 yards. Yeah. One bounce, smacks the pin straight in the water. Yeah,
spun off the
flag. Spun off the flag. So I mean, that's not fair either, is it? So I guess it's just rubber the green.
It is rubber the green. It's part of the game of golf that's been going on for many years. But I think, you know, if there was one rule of golf that I would change, it was probably it. That would be it, I think, because, you know, the objective is to hit it from the tee box, obviously, into a fairway. Yeah. The fairway, ideally, that you're playing. And then get it on the green, and once you get it on the green, you can mark and replace and do all those sorts of things. And for somebody else's, you know, when you go into a position where maybe someone's not replaced the divot or whatever, you know, you're being punished for someone else making a chunk out of the golf course. It's like, I don't know, there's no right or wrong. You know, it's no different than when you get in the bunkers, isn't it? And you end up in a footprint. You know, it's just that's the game of golf, and that's just the way it is. Yeah. Sorry, Nick. I would love to change it for you, but I don't think they're going to let me.
You've not got that power yet.
No. I haven't got a lot of power anyway.
No, in no aspect of your life you've got any power.
Any power. So, have you got anything else that you would like to talk to us about?
No, Dan, I wouldn't. No.
You've got new legs?
Oh, no. I've got something on the end of them.
Oh, nice new shoes, Bernie. Look at those. So... Oh, Bernie, what have you got there?
See them, that Ryder Cup?
They are looking after you, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
So we're going to have to, you're going to lose that cup.
They had your name on them when they turned up, but obviously they were a mistake.
You've had those, have you? So we're going to do a little Ryder Cup match at some point, aren't we? So we've been sent nicely a couple of pairs of Ryder Cup shoes to wear.
Yep, I'm wearing mine.
Those look super comfy.
They're lovely. Yeah.
Are they?
What a shoe, yeah.
Have you been wearing them all week?
Yeah,
have you?
I haven't took them off since I got them. Sleeping in and everything.
You don't need to break them in. They're like slippers, aren't they? The flex. Yeah, very nice. So we got Ryder Cup, and we want to get a Ryder Cup match set up. I've got an idea. I don't want to give that away yet. No. Whether we can get on a Ryder Cup venue would be ideal. So anyone out there that plays at a Ryder Cup venue and thinks that it would be good for us to come and play there.
And got a way in.
And got a way in. I.e. you own the golf course, that would be handy.
Not just, I played there once, go and play there.
Play there. Yeah. If you know anybody that has got access to a Ryder Cup venue, we need to get on there.
Darren sent us, isn't it? What was it?
Tell him Graham sent you. Yeah. Well, I think that's it then, Bernie, isn't it? I don't think we've got anything else that anyone needs to report. I will pop on the ticker bar. I will, obviously, I'll have to speak to Graham. I've had a week off, so I've not spoken to Graham, but I think there's still a couple of spots available for Bowood, so I'll pop that on the ticker bar. And that's about it. Busy week.
Correct.
I'm exhausted.
You need to get to bed.
Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you all again next Sunday.
See you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday.